Hello again, this is Scott from PageLogic, and today what I'm going to do is take you for a quick run through the WordPress uh, editing toolbar. So if we're in a page or a post and we're working on our content here, we just want to have a look today at this area here, the toolbar, what the different options are there. The toolbar is very common to a lot of applications, and it's similar to what you would find in Microsoft Word or um, software such as that. So let's have a look what's here. First of all, we've got bold, so that's pretty straightforward. You highlight what you want to make bold and you click on the bold button. There's also the keyboard shortcut there. If you hover over it, you can see that as well. We've got italic. We've got strike through. Sometimes that's used if you want to leave, if you're making a revision to a post or page and you want to leave the original content there but show that it's been changed, you can use a strike through. There's the bullet list or unordered list as it's called in HTML. Then we've got the ordered list, which is a numbered list. Then we have something called block quote. That's just a style of formatting. You can see it here actually. I think that's block quoted. Yeah, the little button comes on. It indents your text and formats it in a special way. That all depends on the theme that you're using, how that will look, but it can be good for setting off text that you want to emphasize. Left align, center align, right align. Then we have these buttons here, the edit, insert a link, or break a link. Let's select something so that they highlight, because you have to apply a link to a word or series of words. So we highlight different and we're going to link. We click on the link button and we can either paste our URL in there. We can give it a title if we need to. That's the hover text that pops up when you hover over a link. You can have the option to open in a new window or tab. And also a good feature is this one, link to existing content. Click on that. It'll show all your existing pages and posts. You can link to those and you can search and find them as well. So that's pretty handy as well to know. So let's say we'll just add a link to page 2. We'll add a link. There we go. You can see it's highlighted there now. We want to remove it. We click the unlink button. This little button inserts a more tag. So if you've got a really long post and you only want the first couple of paragraphs to display, you can use this button to insert a break and there'll be a little link there saying read more, and then it will link to the full text. So that might be something you find you might use. Full screen can be useful sometimes because this little area here can be quite small, although you can increase this editing area. I'm moving away from the toolbar now, but we can drag that down and give ourselves a bit more editing space. Fair enough. But yes, you can use a full screen view, which is sometimes nice if all you want to focus on is your writing and not all the other stuff. So that to get out of that, we can click exit full screen or hit escape. Back to the full screen. Now this button at the end is an important one because clicking on that will reveal a second row of toolbar, which is good to know. The first item is your text formatting options. In WordPress, it's always good to use heading levels rather than manual formatting. For instance, so to make that a heading 1, we use the heading 1 style rather than, and you can use Control Z, remember, in WordPress to go back or to undo. It's better to use this formatting than to use other methods such as colouring it or making it bold. You can still use bold, obviously, but your website's going to look a lot better if you use the built-in styles. Underline, another option. Justify text, pretty uncommon to use that on websites. Can lead to all sorts of issues, but it is there as an option. Change the color of text to red, say, and there's a whole bunch of other colors there. These two buttons are good to know about. This little button, when you click on that, allows you to paste in content. So let me just copy some material here. This allows you to paste in content in plain text, because sometimes if you're pasting from an email or PDF or Word, it'll bring all that content along with it and try to, when you paste it in the page, it'll try to replicate that content and can lead, replicate that formatting, and that can lead to all sorts of problems. So this, if we Control V, paste our material into there and hit insert, it all just comes in as plain text, which is pretty safe, and there's no formatting involved. There's another button as well that also allows you to paste from Word. So you paste your Word content in there, and it will try its best to match the formatting that was in Word. I don't tend to use that much. I don't trust it, but it is an option there. Eraser, that removes the formatting. So if you've got a mix, sometimes you'll get into a situation where you've got a mix of formatting, you just can't work out how to turn it off. So you just select the area that you want to remove the formatting from, and you click remove formatting. Say heading 1 here, take that one, and we hit remove formatting. It'll restore it to base plain paragraph formatting. So that can be a handy sometimes. Symbols, you can insert a whole bunch of symbols as needed, HTML symbols, indent or outdent. So we can first indent and then bring it back in using these two buttons. And then you've got your undo button, which will undo any number of steps. I don't know quite how far back that'll go, but it's pretty handy to know. And redo, so if we want to go forward in time. And then we've got our help link. So those are the main, well, they are the buttons that you can use on WordPress. The other thing to know about is this tab over here. We've been doing all our work in the visual editor, and that's where most people will do all their work. But if you're into using code or need to adjust code, you can jump over to the text view, and there you'll see all the code. Now, if you don't want to know about that, that's fine. And you'll notice that your toolbar buttons are different when you're in the code view. We won't worry about all that now. If you're interested in that, you can study further about that. But most of our work will happen in the visual. So that's an overview of the WordPress toolbars. Thanks for watching.